Are we on? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Microphone check. Lights. Cameras.
This is swanky. This is lifestyle. This is culture. Welcome to the social center of everything culture. Culture Daily.
Well, for a second, you could be enjoying that song. In fact, if you haven't watched the visuals, you can enjoy that song to the max, to the fullest. However, when the visuals drop, that's when the troubles drop. But anyway, good morning. And again, welcome back to the show. Welcome to Culture Daily. You just saw that Good Sin video that is trending. I'm sure the song is probably getting all the views now and the attention. Whether it was strategically planned and intentional by the organizers or the management, as to that, we can't tell. But one thing is that whatever it is to make this video go far, it sure is happening. Collateral damage, you may say, but however, at the end of the day, definitely a good sin has just happened. Welcome to Culture Daily's big conversation right here on, well, the show. We're also live on Plus 89.9 FM if you can hear us. Let me say good morning to all our fans and our viewers there. Now, this morning, we're going to be shifting our attention to the ATTC students who face suspension. Hashtag good sin. Is it a good sin? We're going to be talking about that, in fact, on the show. Now, there's so many angles to this story, but let me just give you a quick briefing on what happened. So, a video. We heard the song, lovely song by the man.
Olive the Boy.
Olive the Boy. Yes, thank you very much. I nearly said last minute. Sorry, Olive the Boy. Lovely song by all standards, and this song has been jammed. It was released last month, or was it last month? This month?
Good Sin.
This month?
Good the video.
Not the video. The audio.
No, last
It's
year.
been months.
It's been months.
Several months.
Several months. And the song has been just making waves. It went
viral.
It went viral. It's getting its numbers, and the visuals drop. Beautiful visuals shot by Bab's direction. I love it. However, two students from ATTC, Accra Teacher Training College, were featured in the video. Now, these two boys made their debut when they danced to, I think, one of Stoneboy's jams, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Apotheke.
Is it
Apotheke.
Apoteke. All right. So they danced to Stoneboy's song and it went viral just like that. You saw it. I love the video. In fact, a tweet from Stoneboy said that he was looking for these two boys. Was it to gift them?
He said he was coming to perform a free show.
Yes,
at the school.
coming to perform a free show. Now I don't know the reaction of the school as at that point in time. I don't know what happened as at that point in time. However, these two boys became the talk of town with their amazing dance moves, right? Now, fast forward, they made a feature in the same outfit, in their school uniforms, in Good Sin. That's Olive the Boy's brand new music video, shot by Bab's direction. Now, news coming out that one of the students, however, who's completed the school, we are just getting that report. However, the other one is still a student. Now, well, as to whether they both face suspension because of they're not seeking the right permission to leave school to partake in the video, or wearing the school uniform for an unauthorized action, an activity, that is a conversation before us this morning. So, they face suspension. A good sin? Before we jump into the conversation real quickly as well, discover a world of innovation, a world of luxury, and a world many of us dream about owning. That's the world of Bang & Olufsen. Now, Bang & Olufsen is a high-end brand, electronics brand that you might love to own one of their products, or two or three or more. You can find home theater, speakers, headphones, TV sets, soundbar products, and they bring them in freshly, well, daily, monthly, annually. You can find them at Liberation Road, the Atlantic Tower, ground floor. That's where they are. Also, an exciting time to be on Yango. If you're a first-time user, just download the app. First-time user, download the app. Key in 3music as a promo code. I beg your pardon. 3music as a promo code, and you get 20% off your first two rides. It only happens with 3music and Yango. Betway's got something good for you as well. Now, it ends on the 11th of this month. Guess what? You are going to get 100% back as a free bet on any loss you make. Just go onto their website. That's betway.com.gh. Hurry up. Use the golden booking code you find on the site and play the game. You always get way more with Betway. It's regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. No under 18. Betway, get way more. The Calabash Color Festival is also happening this coming weekend. Tickets are going for 150 regular, 250 for VIP tickets. You can get them from Frankie's, Pokey House, Frontback, Nalem Clothing, or dial star 711 star 11 star 44 hash. Very easy. Star 11 711 star 11 star 44 hash, and you can get your tickets on there as well. It's going to be a great experience. The likes of Banzi Baneros, Dope Nation, Sefak, Kwamina MP, Mr. Drew, they're all performing as well. So you're going to be there and see it happen. Time check, 12 minutes past 9. Let's go into.
Did you say Accra Teacher Training College?
Is that what I said?
Because someone just drew my attention.
I said ATTC.
Accra Technical Training
Technical.
Center.
Sorry, I beg your pardon. Please, forgive me. I beg you. Yeah. Slip of tongue there. Accra Technical Training College. Yes. Is it the one at Center?
Yeah.
Is it the one at Kokomimle?
Yes.
Yeah, that place. Now is it what you call it? Does it offer boarding facility or it's a day?
I'm not too sure, to be honest.
I'm not sure about the boarding facility.
Yeah. So it's Accra Technical Training Center.
ATTC.
Thank you very much. Please, I had that wrong.
Shout out to Abegu from Joy FM. Shout out to you.
I always had teacher training college in my mind. I don't know where it came from.
Now, what was he teaching you?
But pardon me on that. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
my mom's a teacher.
Oh,
it's the family.
Okay.
I teach, man. I teach.
Okay.
Anyway, so let's go into the conversation.
Well, one of our legends is a lecturer, so. Dr. Carl.
Oh.
Is it Dr. Carl?
Is that one of our legends?
Yes.
You mean Dr. Carl? Yes, he's a lecturer.
He's a
Yeah.
lecturer.
Yeah.
A student of the game and now a teacher
our
of the
own
game.
Cyril's father was a professor.
Yeah, he himself is a chemist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cyril?
Yeah, he's a
it's
chemist.
there's a difference between a chemist and a chemical boy.
I go drop.
He's a
No,
chemical
Cyril
boy.
is a chemist.
No,
I
he's a
go
chemical
drop. I
boy.
beg you.
He's a chemical
I don't
boy.
pay the lorry fare. I go drop for him. I don't want to go fire again.
Okay, the question I want to ask is, per the details that we are having, which is one is completed, the other is a student. They use the school uniform in the video. I want to understand from where you all sit what you think of the punishment that has been meted out to these boys, and let's try and understand the use of the school uniform. I didn't hear of any issues that came about with the first one where they danced in the
Because when they were doing it in school.
Okay, so the
I think
punishment.
the issue is with the commercial angle to it. It's like the
But TikTok has paid them.
we don't know about that.
Oh, but if you posted the video on TikTok or
No,
on YouTube,
that-
I said TikTok
doesn't
on
work that
YouTube.
way.
Oh,
If you
Instagram.
post on YouTube and then
You know
it's
what's
your
interesting?
content,
You know
you
what's
make money from
interesting? When you
it.
go to
No, but the
ATTC
song.
When you go to ATTC's IG page, they actually have a video of the guys dancing on
Oh,
their
my
IG
days.
page. Yeah. So,
Are you
so
kidding
that's
me?
the irony there. But of course, like I said, if it's in the school premises and they're doing it for the school, I mean, we've seen a lot of students do their dance challenges in school.
I mean, we had a discussion with this girl, the Motown girl.
Yeah.
Layla.
Afronita.
No,
Layla.
No.
Leah.
Leah,
Leah.
sorry,
Leah.
yeah, Leah dances. You know, so I mean, but I think this issue. I remember Kwame Dazi put up a post about Papa Shoto from the good old days, Bubak. This was like somewhere in 1998. Shout outs to DJ Ashman for that education as well. In 1998, Comic Kikena was released. The video was released around the same time. It was shot by our very own Oyenejan. And Papa Shoto actually had his Adisco uniform on there. You know, he rapped like a whole 16 bars. You know,
Charlie,
with
those
the
times, the thing is that, when you get a chance to leave school,
Charlie,
if I rep your just you.
yeah, straight. You know,
If I
and
rap your
I think it was a
jersey.
big deal.
Yes.
You know, repping your uniforms, and
Yes.
I remember DJ Black, DJ Black and Joy FM's back to school concerts at Trade Fair. You know, where you saw some of these guys wearing their former their alma mater's uniforms and whatnot. It was a big deal. Like there was always this pride that came with it, right? But Papa Shoto got suspended. You know, after featuring in that video, and this is like what 25 years on. We have a similar situation where these kids or these students may face disciplinary action. the conversation should be centered around: is it time to review some of these rules that govern, the school uniform and what it's used for? I believe if the school uniform is worn to be used for creative purposes, one will argue that it gives you some kind of exposure, it gives you some kind of attention. But some also argue that the school is big enough on its own, doesn't need kids.
So
to dance.
what is the wait? Are they being suspended for their not seeking permission to leave school to engage and to be in the video?
We are yet to find out from the gentleman we are going to speak to on the phone, Mr. Chris, who happens to be the contact person at ATTC.
But he's a patron, I'm told.
He's a patron.
Yeah.
But the conversations have been centered around these things. First of all, did they seek permission to the use of the uniform for commercial purposes? And then also for the fact that it's against the rules of the school not to be wearing a uniform outside the premises or outside the purpose for which it is sewn for. I spoke to a few stylists who...
It is sewn for identification.
It's just like the police uniform.
That's what I was coming to.
The military,
uniforms are for identification.
The military uniform, So, but you see, the trick behind this thing is these guys actually built, I dare say, they built a brand outside, or they built a brand out of wearing their school uniform, and they have been identified by that. Do you get me? Like, they got their viral moment. They were not viral because they knew how to dance.
It was a uniform.
It was the uniform bit that added to the conversation. And so I'm looking into the mind of Babs' direction right now, and I'm thinking, okay, why would Babs want to encourage, or why would the production manager want to use the kids with the school uniform? And the best excuse, or the best reason I can think of, is the fact that these kids were immediately identified, or they got their viral moment from these uniforms.
Okay, so let's assume that they are facing suspension now because they wore the uniform. Let's start with that first. Right or wrong? Okay. Lenny.
I've just given the breakdown so that we can.
Is it the both of them? Because I'm told one is still in school and then one. Yeah. So if we keep saying,
hypothetically, let's assume that only one person. In fact, let's say both of them, because even if you finish the school and you are just in your you are now about to leave, and once you haven't graduated fully, you're still and it's the property of the school. The uniform is the property of the school. You understand? So how you use it. But anyway, we are fortunate to have one of the patrons on the line to join us as well. Mr. Chris has joined us this morning to give us more insights into this conversation. Good morning, sir. Can you hear us?
Hello, good morning.
Oh, thank you for joining us via Zoom. Let me see if I can quickly work my side out. Can you hear us, sir?
Yes, I can hear you.
Thank you very much, sir. Mr. Chris, first off, even before we talk, could you just give us a bit more light into the who you are with reference to the school, and before we start talking about the issue?
I'm a former student. And I'm told as well you were entertainment prefect. Oh yeah. I did entertainment prefect for 2 years when I was in school. I was unopposed the second year.
So, wow, congratulations, sir. I like that.
In the early 90s to mid 90s, I was part of the people that worked it out for Shabarang to come to the country at that time.
Oh, is there? Look at that.
Yes. Mostly when we are even doing entertainment, Jima, the one that is a pastor now, he comes around, Reggie Rockstone. I mean, we know each other far back at that time. So when it comes to entertainment, I really did more for the school.
Okay, so interesting. Then I'm excited because at least then you do have a fair share in how when it comes to being youthful and enjoying your moments and leaving school and all that. So the issue that has come up with is with the fact that these students are facing suspension. Is that what it is now?
Oh, actually, to my best of knowledge, I don't know where it is coming from. either it is the school that was contacted and they raised issue of suspension or not, because I don't really get on our old student platform too. I'm a patron. We just inducted our national executive in last month, I think 14th August, that we did the induction. I play an integral part. We have so many platforms. I am on the Canadian platform. There are some that are at COSA, but we merge all the platforms together. Nothing like that came up, and for us to say, the school has not given any official listing that they are suspending any boy. Mostly, you see, what the school hates is that do things to promote the image of the school. The school actually is play a vital role when it comes to our industries. It is not just a school; it's a training center. It is opened 1966 in July by Canadian and Ghanaian government at that time, far back in Nkrumah's time, that there should be a pillar for industry so that people can come to advance their course in their trade. It's not only school, it's a training center as well. So, but as time goes on, Ghana Education Service migrated it to be a school, fine. Complete school under Ghana Education Service. So any rule that apply in Ghana Education Service must equally be applied to the school as well. It will not be exempted. But all the same, the school find interest in you promoting the image of the school, not to damage the image of the school. We are against, although I'm not speaking as a PRO, but because I've gone through that system. What we are against is that you don't wear the uniform to do any robbery. You don't wear the uniform to go and fight and cause disgrace to the school. But looking at the current status that they use, I am not a PRO to speak about that. But we are far back at that time, even currently, if you are able to even contact Star FM, they came to cover the program. We have students who wear the uniform and perform on stage. They dance their skills out. That should tell you that we are not only in for skill development or only talking about skill carpentry, masonry, welding, so on. Talent is a talent. And if the talent does not cause harm to your name, does not cause harm to the school, does not cause harm to the nation, I don't see anything wrong with that. That is my personal observation about it.
So I wanted to ask you, you mentioned earlier on that across your socials, your platforms, nothing of such sort had come up with, a reaction from the school on the incident. Is that the case?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's my best of knowledge.
Okay, so from your side, this suspension conversation is pretty. Sorry, please go ahead.
Come again?
I was saying that, so from your side, this suspension conversation is it's a rumor.
Oh yeah, that's the way I would see it. That's the way I will see it. The world we live now, anybody at all can organize something and put it and let it go out there. And if a cross-check is not made properly, you might have been thinking that it is the organization that is doing all this. Actually, I even passed, I came to a meeting at the East Cantonment Pharmacy. I just moved out of the meeting when your call came. When I was coming, even my kid, one of my daughter is in third year doing function and design at a school. The father has gone through the same system. She said, I went and dropped her in the school. Just want to pass by, but our PR was not in by the time I went there. So I spoke to some two teachers. Nothing of that nature has come to their hearing. That's what I can say.
What is your take?
We need to encourage our generation of do's and undo's, especially when it comes to morality. I can understand where some people are speaking it from. Maybe wearing a uniform, doing that in as if the school doesn't care and that is what they do. No, that is not what they do. At least when there is a talent in one person, talent can sprung up at any time. I don't see a robbery to be a talent. I don't see a thievery to be a talent. But anything that can entertain, that can bring joy, music, dancing, so on and so forth. Some people is inbuilt in them.
So
for instance, when I was growing up,
let me ask you, Mr. Chris, let me ask you a question real quickly.
I thought I would. Yeah.
Sorry, please let me catch you. Let me ask you a question real quickly. Do you know the rumors has been circulating since last week Friday? Do you think that it's taken the school quite some time, or why would it have taken the school quite a number of days to come out, to just debunk the rumors, or is it because we are waiting for a working day like Monday?
I think so. I think because myself, I think this rumor, I heard it, was it Friday or Thursday evening, something like that. So right from where I'm coming from now, I will still pass by the school. I am a former product of that school. And when it comes to TVET training, training people in TVET, if you even contact a commission for TVET, they will tell you my stand among them. So I will never sit idle if anything about my alma mater come up. No. So right from where I'm coming from now, I just parked my car. You can see I'm in my car before talking to you. Right from here, I will still pass by the school, try as much as possible to talk to the PR or any other person that can have a response to the rumor.
Please.
At least I can be informed officially that they've heard it, they will do respond, they will do that, they will do this. Yes.
Let me ask.
I have interest in it.
Sure, yes. I mean, we all do.
Two children.
Yes.
I have two twins. One second set of twins that are in first year at Accra Tenka University. They also go through that school. One did electricals, one did draftsmanship. He is doing building technologies level 100, and the other is leading electrical in level 100. And my blood is also in that school. So anything concerning the school,
you have interest in there. Let me ask you a final question real quickly, please, before I let you off. Let me ask you a quick question. So what is your personal or your opinion on this matter that the students have used the school uniform to dance, in a commercial products like a music video? What is your personal opinion on this matter?
One, if it is something that is done officially, if it is an official agreement between they and the one that staged them, there should be a permission from the school. But if it is not official, there's no any document officially to that. Maybe they are passing by and they've seen they are dancing and they say, hey, come and do some dancing for us. It's a different thing. It gives people the idea that, hey, if a student can perform this way, then the school are not only for craftsman or skills development. They can do entertainment and dancing as well. I see it as a positive. When you see the positive nature and the negative, I see it more positive than negative. Because the uniform, our problem is that don't use the uniform to cause disgrace to the school. One, stealing, fighting, doing things that will bring a disgrace to the school. If those boys were arrested or captured of stealing, robbing, fighting, causing problem, I'll be the first person to come out and condemn it vividly, because I've passed through that system. We don't practice those things. But we practice entertainment, we practice dancing, we practice music.
Yes. Well, Mr. Chris, thank you very much for giving us your time this morning for this conversation. But please, if you do find any other information, we'll definitely get in touch again for an update on this. Hoping to get a press release from the school as quickly as possible as well to debunk all this that we are having. But thank you very much for your time. We really appreciate it. And then all the best to you as well, sir.
Thank you too. Thank you.
All right, so we've been talking to Mr. Chris. He's a patron of the school as well. Like clearly he said that so far he, from his quarters, reading also on all their platforms, nothing has come out from the school to say that the kids have been suspended yet. So we have that to hold on to for now, as further checks will be done as well. As he said, he already passed by the school this morning, but hasn't been able to get much information on there from there. But guys, let's come back into the studio for this real quick. So let's look at this in terms of again, he said that once it hasn't been used for any social vice of any sort, then it stands okay. What is your take on this, guys?
You see how we downplay the arts? It starts from when we are really little, when your child says that they want to be a dancer and you rather prefer them to be a doctor. When they say they want to be a musician, you rather prefer them to be a lawyer. It starts from there. Because honestly, the guys, based on what Mr. Chris is saying, they haven't done anything contrary or anything bad with the uniform. They are only dancing with the uniform. And if we are going to suspend them for that, what then will happen if we catch the guys, let's say, stealing or pocketing or doing any other social vice that is really serious? Are you going to hang them? Because then this is just dancing, and then they are going through these stringent processes. Then what's going to happen? It really saddens me. I mean, yes, they should have sought proper permission and said, oh, okay, so we've done this viral video, and then now we are going to be in the official video, and then get clearance from the school, right? Maybe that's all the school wanted. Okay, so but if that was not the case even, and then they are still there, I think that the school should pause it and say, oh, they've done a really good thing by... What also happens is they are putting the school's name out there. If people do not know the school, I don't know that is the school's uniform. Even though I know where ATTC is and I know ATTC, I don't know the school uniform. So when I saw the video for the first time, I asked, where are these students from? And then I was told ATTC. I'm like, okay, cool, right? So it does some good for the school, where it also creates some form of awareness for the school one way or the other. Somebody who didn't know ATTC will get to know ATTC. It saddens my heart that,
so for the school hasn't said anything, so we cannot hold the school accountable for anything at this point in time, because
so then how are we getting
any pressure? Like he's saying that on his quarters, on his platforms, nothing of such has been shared, and of course I don't think anybody has seen any pressure from the school yet with regards to that.
And I think
let's just digress a little bit into talking about trying to draw a fine line between when what is how do I put it, when is it okay to seek permission, and when is it not okay with regards to such incidents, because nobody said anything when the Stonebwoy one came out.
Yeah, like I said, it was within the confines of the school. So obviously,
now the school hasn't said anything, so let's leave the school out. I'm talking about the conversations that is going on online right now. Nobody said anything when they did that on the school premises. I think it was the school premises after school or something. When that video was shot, you understand? And we've seen a lot of videos where students in their dormitories, and all that.
We've seen nurses
have done that. Nurses do that.
We've seen military men.
Yes, exactly.
Doing all sorts of interesting dance choreographies.
Yes,
all that.
in their uniforms.
But we haven't seen them wear the uniforms in music videos. At best, a stylist will show something close.
What is the difference between a music video and a viral video? If a viral video has 2 million views, and a music video just has a few thousand, is it the idea that wakoye video? So it's
not commercial.
It's an organized.
A viral video is not commercial.
It's an organized.
Viral video can be commercial.
I don't know.
In our laws, it's not seen as that.
Again, we don't know if if what we are hearing is fact. So it's still speculative.
It's still speculative, yeah.
And it's being speculative, so I'll be very, held back on my submissions. The viral video went crazy and it's still doing numbers. And it's been maybe 3 weeks, a month. Nobody has come out with any kind of statement or any upset about them doing that. And somebody will argue, yes, it's a video of them in their school. But my understanding of wearing a uniform is that you wear the uniform because you carry the values of the school along with you. So that when people see you with the uniform, they know that these are the values that you are presenting. If entertainment or fun or dance is part of the values, or creativity is part of the values that ATTC carries, then it doesn't matter what platform that creativity is being exhibited on. Whether they were paid 1 CD, 0, or 1 million CDs, it's inconsequential to the fact that they are dancing.
Let me ask you. Yeah. So, what if they sought permission that you were shooting a video and they were granted and they went on X videos?
What about that one? What about that one? Because we've seen all the sex tapes, the UPSA videos and the Legon videos, and we've seen all of those ones as well.
But those who have been involved in those things have been expelled from the school.
Not all of them.
Oh yes, most of them.
Oh, which one is most of them?
Every
students
popular...
can't. What's the problem with the sex tape? Students can't have sex, or the fact that the fact that the tape was leaked. You know, majority of the people.
You just heard a gentleman say.
No, if you have a 22-year-old and a 22-year-old, listen. Let's be. If you are sacking
when
people,
the lecturers are even the ones doing it with some of the students in the first place, but it's not leaking.
If you are talking about being expelled, no, let's be realistic. If you are talking about being expelled because of sexual conduct within the confines of a tertiary institution meant for adults, but we have a statutory age of consent for sexual intercourse at 16, and somebody is 21 and having sex in their university dorm, what are they being expelled for?
The issue is
if we are being realistic, and if somebody is a victim of a leaked sex tape, how do they get expelled on top of that shame? So the thing, listen, there's a lot of moral policing going on in Ghana. We know it. Somebody who is a lecturer is also a pastor, so there's a conflict. Or somebody sees all the students in Legon as they are my children.
This is the video of the pastor and the wife sitting in the car.
And the people following them. There's a lot of religious and moral whatever in the mix in Ghana. We know this. Lecturers on Legon campus think all the 10,000 students are their children. I can give birth to you. So what? You didn't. You understand? And that overflows into their job. So where they should have objective eyes and be analytical and look at situations critically based on facts and, a very rational and logical aspect, emotions get in the way. So to your sex tape question, I'm asking you that what is wrong? If a 21 or a 20 or a 22-year-old is in Legon, relax. Them having sex has nothing to do with their grades. We don't know if both of the people who were in those sex tapes are grade A students and are first class as at the time of that sex tape. Maybe they are. Maybe that's the genius who will go to tech and go and invent something proper. We don't know. Maybe that's the person who will come and save Ghana. We don't know. Everybody in this Ghana is having sex. And then you expel 2 people because their video leaked. Come on. That's moral policing. That has nothing to do with why they are in school. Are you saying that Legon is supposed to be chased? Put that in your prospectus. When you give people their admission letter, write it there, increase the font boldly as the do's and don'ts, that you shall not partake in any sexual activity. Put it there. Then when the person breaks the law, you have a backing.
I don't think the issue is about them having sex. That's
what I'm saying.
It's never been about them having sex.
If Mr. A and Miss B, conduct themselves in that order, then they were not having sex at the basketball court at Sabah. They were in their dorm. If somebody climbs somewhere and videos them and it leaks, as we have all seen those videos, they are not even aware they are being filmed. They are victims. It's not voyeurism. It's a breach of privacy. Some idiot has taken their mobile phone, gone to the extra mile to go and video these people in the privacy of their intimate moment. Then you rather go ahead and punish the people who are the victims of the whatever, instead of investigating to find who climbed what, to go and video this. I don't know if you get
well, I get what
that's what I'm saying. Okay. And the reason why they will blindly go and punish the people who were engaged in the sexual act is because they are moral policing. Okay. They are not actually trying to address the issue.
I want to ask you guys about...
Do we not have single rooms at Pent? Do we not have 1 in a room, 2 in a room? What are they doing there?
The creative space we find ourselves in now, guys.
They are not gender mix. They don't narrow you before.
Let me ask you guys this. I think
they don't narrow you before.
This is where...
What are you talking about?
Hold on 1 second. I want to ask you this. So this is where we are getting to a point where it looks like, you mentioned this, that the moral fabric of our country and what our religion and everything, our beliefs, our culture seems to be having a very hot cold oil water, very difficult to
what
mix.
You're trying to say is that we are hypocrites.
Very difficult to mix.
To say it.
With the
political pass,
with the growth of
with
the growth of where the world is turning to now with the digitization and how millennials are and how Gen Zs are perceiving what the world is supposed to be. A typical example was, case in point, this guy, the dreadlocks guy, and school, you understand, and going in there. I mean, it's religion against
and your school embarrassing itself.
No, the school didn't embarrass itself. It's religion against rules. In this case, again, assuming the kids are these boys are suspended, they are punished. Maybe it's creativity against the rules.
Let me ask something.
Where and how are we going to draw a fine line between
when we have leadership that can see and think outside the box.
Yes, but
when was the last time you had good press?
But
let me flip it.
When you also want to border create a certain boundary for what can be done with it and what cannot be done with it, wouldn't that bring about such issues? Because you can go like, you're allowed to dance with your uniforms out there. It's fine. It's promoting the school. What's going to happen with it?
Every rule has an exception. Right.
Will you now start identifying what kind of dances to do in the videos?
No, it's not just about dancing. I'm saying that there's always an opportunity. You see, brands are active. A brand is not static. It's not a statue stacking. A brand is active. Thank you. The ATTC brand, as a school, as a school,
public one,
no problem. As a school, as an institution, as well. When was the last time you heard any good press about them, or any press period? Well, the last time they were in the news, they were online, somewhere you heard press about them, something exciting. If indeed they've punished these kids for it, it's very sad. This is probably the most exciting thing to come out of that institution to us, the public consumers, in a very long time. Yes, maybe they graduate and they have exceptional students and people get great grades and get good jobs and invent things and do all that. But as it is, we don't hear that.
The school can also argue that the dance that they did for ATTC was enough mileage to get for a school.
So how about more mileage rather than enough mileage?
They can argue.
The students.
Well, first of all, the school hasn't said anything, so let's
not. That's what I'm saying.
We are just being hypothetical here. I'm just saying that the school could also rebut.
I don't think the school is going to say anything.
No, we are not saying it's going to say something. They're going to say something. I'm just saying that it's very hypothetical. We are dealing with an hypothesis here, and I'm saying that the students or the school can say that the other video where they dance for Stoneboy's ATTC video was done in the conference of the school, and it's enough to give them the mileage they want. They don't need them to be in a music video to give them that mileage again. What they need to know about
the ATTC, is it SS or is university level?
It's a training college.
So it's university level?
Yeah. No.
It's a training college.
Secondary level.
ATTC?
Yeah. They wear uniforms. ATTC is not university
but do you
level.
know that Valley Video
Google is your friend?
What do you know Valley Video wear uniforms?
Yeah, but ATTC is not university level.
Okay, so it's a technical vocational institute. Established in 1966, blah blah blah, Ghana, Canada.
That's like uni. That's like
uni,
it's a professional course. That's when you're done, you go.
It's uni, it's diploma.
That's what the guy was saying that he did what the son is doing, building technology or something. When he's done, he's done.
But people move from ATTC and still go to like actual uni.
That's their personal preference.
Oh no! It's a high school.
Come on, guys.
ATTC type high school solely day motto training industry progress.
Lenny, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, sorry.
Founded by the governments of Ghana and Canada, and it's a boys only.
It's a university.
It's a boys only yearly enrollment.
We didn't say it was a university. We only said it was a training college.
Yeah, but so it's an SS.
You said tertiary.
So it's an SS.
Okay, so
high school.
So it still comes out to the question I was asking about drawing the fine line between, the moral fabric, the trying to create a border around it, control creativity, and what it does. Because I mean, the thing is that, look, people dance every day in their uniforms. Okay, now we are arguing out when it becomes a commercial, which one is commercial, which is not commercial, how this looks more organized, what if that one was just a viral video? We had it's a lot of things around it. But how then, and this is the reason why you would have institutions put certain rules around some of these things, because it is difficult to control it if it starts going out there.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine, I would know, well, this is a beautiful thing the students have done, if you ask me. But what if the next video somebody does the same thing and is streaming some backside of something?
I think that's what the issue is.
Then what do you do now?
The issue is about the explicit content that the students will find themselves.
Would you now start saying that what kind of dances can you do in your videos if you wear uniform? Would you now say that where will you go and stand? All those things come in there. What if they wore uniforms and they were in a club and and they were strippers and all that? It's a secondary school. So those are the conversations that come around and makes it very difficult for such institutions to draw. And I don't want to be in this. I do not want to be in the shoes of the institution in this morning, because the thing is that it's very difficult when you look at it from what the board of directors will be saying about some of these things, and how you should have gone about it and what they should have done. Maybe when they were done, the video should have been sent to the school to approve or disapprove before it will come out, or it will be held back.
Until you saw the video.
Those things.
Until you saw the video.
Yes.
If they are taking that uniform and asked you what institution it was, would you know?
You wouldn't know.
The question,
That's
I'm
why
not holding brief or holding brief for anybody. What I'm saying is that it depends on where you are looking at it from. if you're looking at it from the angle where you're saying that publicity, I drive by ATTC all the time. I drive by there. In fact, for like 3 consecutive years, back to back, Monday to Friday, I drove right in front of that school every
There's Accra Technical University, right?
That's ATU.
Okay.
That's T-Poly.
My bad. I'm sorry. I
got confused. Yeah, that's T-Poly.
Look, we already established this. Your bad.
You
also established
I want to apologize to her that
so
Lenny,
publicity.
Oh,
It
Lenny
depends on what
didn't
you're
take
looking
it
at.
No. For the benefit of those listening
yeah,
and watching,
yeah.
I confused the technical university with technical
That's
college.
deep throat stuff, brother. You
Yeah,
should understand where it's coming from.
sincere
Yeah.
apologies. But please go ahead.
Deep throat apology.
Deep throat apology. Yes, so it will depend on where you're sitting and looking at this from. And equally, if you are sitting at the helm of affairs, where you also have the elderly folks looking at you and saying that, please, we will not entertain anybody wearing our uniform and going to dance in a music video. No, we won't do it. I mean, you'll be caught up in a very, very difficult space because it's wanting to protect so that nobody does anything beyond what has been done. It's okay for what has been done. 2, how much control would you have over, over the next one? 3, today Ghana, we are in Ghana. Today Ghana is hailing you. Have you know us already? Today we are behind you saying that is nothing, it's cool. Tomorrow you just wait and see. So I can imagine the fire that is happening. Whether we should allow it.
I personally don't think it's a problem. I don't think the kids have done anything
because
wrong. I don't think it's a big deal.
You were a young man.
Oh, it's not I'm a young man.
You were a marketer. You were a brand person. You look at what it is.
I'm part idiot.
Then there is the principal of the school or the headmaster or whoever. He too sitting there looking at this from various angles because prior to that maybe he had just turned down somebody else's video which was brought to him.
If somebody was wearing a Harvard,
somebody wanted to shoot a video in the school compound, they didn't allow it, and now this is coming. If somebody wore,
we've seen it in Yankee, rappers, musicians wearing their high school sweatshirts or sports jackets.
I be the what do you call the dancers?
The cheerleaders.
Exactly. It is part of the society.
Despite all those
of it.
Despite all those things they do.
Yeah.
And that would be red flagged here. They are still ahead of us. That's not what's important. Let children be children. Let people feel free.
Their culture now is different from ours.
No,
that's why they can do LGBT.
The culture doesn't matter. The culture doesn't matter.
It matters.
The culture doesn't matter if the outcome of the education is expected to be the same. If you are supposed to graduate from Foley Tech and be at par with somebody who graduated at Harvard or Oxford or wherever,
who is shooting more in the school? When was the last time you heard anybody shooting? So you should understand the culture is different.
Yes, the culture is different, but you have to cut your losses.
They pay the price of allowing
that freedom.
Of that freedom.
Yes, but dancing, and uniform.
I don't find anything wrong with the dancing.
There's nothing wrong with it.
I'm just saying that if this is allowed,
I hope it's false.
Which is fine. I mean, if it's allowed, it's okay. But what would be the next one, and how are you going to make sure that the next one is allowed?
That is why I wanted us to go back to 1998. That was the first of its kind, where the gentleman was suspended.
When he said that, it sounded so funny. Let's go to 1998.
I was like, this guy bring time machine.
Charlie.
It was so funny. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, so the reason I'm saying that is because when you look at the Papa Shoto thing or Shoto's example, right? This was like 25
Papa
years
Shoto.
ago. Yeah.
Shoto.
I've been trying to find exactly why he was expelled, and I've been looking at possible reasons why, the video of book bags coming Kenya should be, a good example to share, if any, about this situation. And I'm not too abreast with the lyrics that were in the Comic and Kenya record, but if you look at Papa Shoto's thing, you realize that he was rapping, right? And we've sat here and we've talked about how our elders or our leaders used to say hip life or hip hop as a yo-yo thing, So it would make sense in 1998 that a school would identify that as a problem, doing that in their uniform, perhaps degrading the image of the uniform in a more commercial, instance or a more commercial platform, and they wouldn't want to be associated with that.
Let me ask you a question. Let me just play the devil's advocate and be on the side of the institution at that time and now. Please, the quality of
I'm reading something from Adom Online. When you're done, I'll read it.
If I read it first, because this is what I did.
I should read it first. So Adom Online, I'm reading off Adom Online. It says, according to the management of ATTC, this is Adom Online, such behavior goes, let me screenshot before they take it off and say I'm lying. According to the management of ATTC, such behavior goes against the school's code of conduct and dress regulations. Quote, where wearing school uniform unrelated to school activities is generally discouraged and can result in disciplinary action, the school said. According to reports, the students also left school without seeking permission. The students involved are now awaiting the school's decision on potential disciplinary measures. They could be warned or suspended as deemed necessary by the school's administration. The duo became social media sensations after they were recognized by dancehall artist Stonebwoy for doing justice to his Apotheke song. Smash hit. So the school has spoken up about it.
Smash it in the script.
So if production
could smash it in the script.
Yes, smash it.
If production could put the video up, the Papa Shoto video up, the 1998 Papa Shoto video up.
Okay, so whilst
because he was rapping. Right, he was rapping, and to be very honest, I can't remember exactly what he was saying, but I also just put it up just as a B-roll. So this is the video. This is the video that Papa Shoto was rapping in. He was rapping his verse here in the Book Back Comic and Kinkina video. The Adisado old school Twitter account put up the tweet in 2020, but this video was shot in 1998, and like I said, I just kept looking forward, or hopefully Papa Shoto will say this and reach out to us, because I'm just trying to find exactly why the school expelled him, or what reasons were given, to the expulsion. But the only thing that I can immediately, align this with is the fact that in 1998, as it were, when some of our legends came here, rap or hip hop was like, against the grade here.
No, it is back to what Cyril just read, and that's what I'm saying, that when we finished primary school, JSS, and we were writing our uniforms on the last day, we wrote and signed our names. Yes. We were made to understand that the uniform wasn't our property. It is the school's property. Yes, you have rented it to wear it. It's yours. You wear it to fade and you pass, you move on. So it goes back to what Cyril read. I don't know if you can go to that line again. That the purpose, the uniform has a purpose. And usually when you go outside its purpose, you can face those sanctions. So it's not even about the sanctions that Papa Shoto, faced. It could have been suspension, being expelled, warned. The thing is that he used the uniform wrongly. You can dance in school. You can dance in your house in a uniform.
So,
but when
then what that means
but when some of these things go outside its controlled spaces, then it becomes an issue of concern to the school.
It's 25 years on. We might have to look at revising some of these.
The question is, do you want to revise it? Because that's I think you guys are missing the point I made earlier.
We want to revise it and then put stringent measures around.
But it's there already. It's actually there, like as he just read. The thing is that you don't want a situation. Today, I know we know ourselves as Ghanaians. Today we are hailing these two boys. You just wait. We don't, God forbid, we don't want anything to any. Had it been something else, it would have turned into another conversation altogether. Can you put a measure to what kind of dances you want to see in the videos? That becomes another thing.
You can, if you make sure that you are being.
But how are you going to revise it and now start putting the measures that don't do this and don't do that? Because if a girl wears the uniform, look, had it been two girls who had worn their school uniform and had danced and it was provocative, it is a different look at the nurses. It's a different convo altogether.
There is no rule.
So you just want to buy it and say that, listen, don't wear the uniform and do anything else. But let's go and learn.
But also, I think
I'm saying that as it stands now, the rule or the law that binds this use of school uniform is just an ambiguous one. There has not been, a detailed, structured one that says that you cannot use it for creative purposes. So if you are looking to revise the law, we can say that the uniform could be used for creative purposes. However, these are the considerations you need to look at.
They won't say that.
No, that's what I'm saying. That
they won't say that. They won't revise it. No, hold on.
No, why
what they will do is, if you need the uniform for anything aside what it is meant for, to identify you as a student of the school, coming to the institution to learn what you're supposed to learn, seek permission. That's why when you want a police uniform, write to them. If you want a nursing, write to them. Let them be aware, so that in cases of like this, they can boldly come out and say that the person, they gave permission. Number one, let me give you an example. Do you know that when we were in SS, I don't know about you though, but when we were in SS, there was no school. Something you used to call no school. So I cannot wear my uniform and wear a cap. You understand? I cannot wear my. So I assume the boys were even just called what do you call it? Oh, PY the button just sent me a message. I'm going to read it shortly. Assuming that the boys even sought permission and they went out there to do what they were supposed to do. There are ways in which you wear the uniform, because when you change it, then it also becomes another conversation altogether. I remember some boys cut their uniform. They cut their uniform. You know how we swag it up a little bit.
Once you alter it, it's not what it is.
Yes,
anymore.
Girls would tie their uniform somewhere. Listen, the only point in time where the girls were allowed to alter their uniform when we were in school was when it was entertainment night for the entertainment purposes in the controlled environment of the school. But do the same thing, and step out even when you have exeats. When you have exeats and wear your school uniform, and you know how the girls would tie their phone. Len, you know what I'm talking about. You tie and they wear the same thing and step outside the school in that same state. The school will come for you.
Yeah. So what I wanted to say was,
let me read PY's message.
Okay, sure.
Real quickly. He said that I'm sorry. He says, Charlie, I got suspended from SU for going to Cape. For going to Cape. He says it was for a dancing competition, and when I came back. When I came up second for my school. Okay, so he got suspended.
Well, was he wearing an SU uniform or something?
From SU for going to Cape for a dancing competition. Oh, okay. Hey, PY.
No, but this one that means he jump away, good one.
Where you chop second?
You chop second. Yeah, so that one there is different. Let me say like you ask a mission where you go.
No, how you chop second? How is different? Yeah, it'll be different now.
Let's go ahead. Make this thing.
Okay, so like I said earlier, if they have to seek permission, then they should do so. But again, they should seek permission clearly stating to which extent they are going to use the uniform to put the school in a good light. Because we can't generalize it and say if they are dancing. Dancing is an art form. Yes, art form should be supported and pushed. Yes, but control. If they are there has to be some control. So if they are just going to wear the uniforms and maybe make some alterations to the uniforms, which should not be done. If they are going to use the uniforms in a way that are going to cause wear and tear, which is now going to one way or the other demean the school's name, that should not be done. So they should just ask permission that okay, we want to represent the school in X way or X way. If not, we won't be even doing intercore in the first place, right? Because you wear your uniform to intercore and then maybe change to your jerseys or whatever it is. But if we also start looking at dance as an art form, maybe we even have
school jerseys.
We even have where we go to other schools wearing our school uniforms, where we go and dance on stage and all of that. So I just think that they should seek permission. Once they seek permission and then also stick to the rules they are given after they seek that permission, then it will be done. For the girls, if they seek permission to wear uniform in performing in a music video and then they say no provocative dances, don't go and dance showing any part of your body while in uniform, that is fine. Right? If you were a dancer and you choose to wear the uniform, you have to stick to what the rules are. If you take the uniform off and you want to do whatever dance you want to do in the music video, that's a different conversation. But revising the rule book or the school's guidelines, that's no.
Just imagine.
You can't revise it. That would be extreme.
An old student, of a high position, attending some big function in the school cloth. And then the next picture that somebody will post is some young boy, some girls backside in the same uniform. That's what I'm saying. That this has become very, very difficult. But anyway, I just pray nothing is done to these students. I mean, just a clear warning, because clearly on the purpose or on the intent of what they were doing. I mean, as naive as they can be, I think still we had some good time watching that video though. Go and stream and watch that video. It's on YouTube. Good to see for yourself, and you can also just drag the conversation on for yourself. On that note, we come to the end of the show.
And also that conversation about they've completed school, they've done that. I don't know where that is coming from. So if they've completed school, they have not broken any law or something. Does it exempt them from?
That's what I'm saying. That the uniform is a school's property.
So that's what I want viewers and listeners to understand. Regardless of whether they've completed or not, we understand that the uniform is a property of the school. So you don't get to choose. You don't get to use it anyhow. I think you're going to get out of it.
Yes. When you date a boy or a girl and becomes an ex, it is still your property. Yes, that's by the side though. But anyways, listen, Charlie, people are winning big on 590 mobile just by dialing *959#, selecting the game of the day. Today's Monday, so Monday special is on. Go and play it and you enjoy it. Trust me. Just dial *959# and let the games begin. I say this is Sparta. Anyway, enjoy that. Don't forget, stake responsibly. It's not for persons below the age of 18. 590 mobile at .17. On that note, our time is up. We got to get out of here. The name is Jay Lenny, Serial Olele. We had a good time with the conversation. You're back here to a great start to a good week. And we'll see you tomorrow as the podcast will play tonight. All right? And we out.